Was that excitement or was that
Mayor Tory is thrilled.
disgust?
His feet is breaking up. No?
Well, I'm a little apprehensive because I gave Sid a bit of a bad time about the hockey, and things didn't quite turn out the way we wanted. But I have a theory on that, which is that if a powerful man like himself, sitting in a chair, watched by thousands, tens of thousands every morning on BT,
hundreds of thousands,
had been more on board with the Leafs, that it might have made the difference in those 3 squeakers we lost 2 in overtime in the 7th game. So, I think next year there's a lot of areas where we can do better next year for the Leafs, but I think we'll have to get Sid some re-education between now and then. So we'll work on that.
So my support, my lack of complete support is what did in the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's the working theory of our man.
You're a man of immense influence in the community, and so the sporting community in particular. So I don't count it out. I don't count it out. It was a serious shortcoming that we had as a team. And if we can put a crowd in the Scotia Arena for next year and have you on board, I think that could be enough to get us into the next round of the playoffs.
This is a whole new Mayor Tory. But you know what? It's funny he brings this all up because something happened on the show yesterday.
See, Mayor Tory, this segment is watched by millions, quite frankly, and not tens of thousands, millions of people across the country. We had Nick Kypreos on yesterday. I'm a huge fan of Kipper. Kipper saw the segment we had last week. He had something to say. Take a look.
Something bad could happen. And despite Dina's high kicks and Tory's paraphernalia, you, my friend, did not buckle. And now you get to go around the studio and say, I'm Sid Sixera.
You know what? I'm going back, Jules.
Before.
Thank you, Kipper. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you. Go ahead, Mayor Tory.
The old Kipper there. I mean, here's the thing. I guess I would have to ask myself, say if I was the mayor of Toronto, would I want to be taking credit for the fact that I had called the Leafs to lose the series? Would I want to be taking credit for that? And if I was the host of an influential, powerful, Toronto-based breakfast television show, would I want to be? Would I want to be taking credit and saying, yes, I was the one who called it and said those Leafs would falter in the end?
I
don't think I would.
Slap shot by Tory. Slap shot.
I saw you taking a bow there. I mean, I would not be taking a bow. I would be hiding my head and saying, you know what, next year I promise to do better.
Devo Brown wants in on this. He's with you 100%, Mayor. Go ahead, Devo. Go ahead.
So I'm glad for that one because my mic's on.
We're going to get that mic sorted.
You're pulling to me.
Here we go.
Kipper's lucky we love him. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, we're good now, I think.
You're good
I think? Yeah.
You're good
I was giving Mayor Tory some props right there. Morning, everybody. Because Kipper gave you props for sitting on the fence. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
I called.
But you were cheering Kipper on when he did that,
I love Kipper. You know what? I take it all in stride.
But he gave you props for sitting on the fence. It
was funny.
And now you're like bragging about that.
Devo, we've known each other. I don't sit on fences because I'm too heavy and I'll fall in either direction.
But with the Leafs won, what'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I sat there and I got ripped.
On the fence.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I said Leafs in 6 for the record.
You did say
said Leafs in 6, like a lot of people.
You did.
Most of my brethren at Sportsnet had the Leafs winning this series. My only point was, at some point, your heart can't get broken another time, Mayor Tory. At some point, you have to just let it go.
They asked me on 590 The Fan, one of your sister radio stations. They said, well, how would I feel the day before? How would I feel if they lost on the 7th game? And I said, about the same as I felt all the other years. So, it is heartbreaking. And look, we'll do better, including we'll get you some re-education. Sid, we got to work on you. We got a whole year to do it, though, and a whole year to work on the team. But you in particular, it's a big task.
We'll continue this on-air negotiation over the next. Yeah, we'll continue this on-air negotiation.
I think maybe starting with a couple of days in the cells underneath the old City Hall with bread and water probably would be.
I don't know.
Can we agree? Can we agree on Go Jays Go?
It's baseball season.
Can we agree on Go Jays Go? Can all of us agree on this?
Well, we can also agree on, actually, I agree on that. Let's end on a high here. Was it not just great to see some frontline healthcare workers enjoying night? I know it didn't end the way they wanted.
And they were having such a good time. Yeah, and talk about people who deserve to be honored and feted. There's a lot more of them, of course. Those 500 represented thousands. So yeah, that was one bright light, I guess. Yeah, good for you to bring it back to something positive after your disgraceful performance.
You're relentless. I love it. There were some Habs leads too in those frontline.
There's some Habs fans in there.
So they were happy.
But I'll take that, considering the work that those amazing people have done. I'll take a couple of Habs jerseys in there.
They get a pass. You don't.
So just one last thing quickly, Mayor Tory. Have you sent to the mayor of Montreal, because you had an agreement, you had a bet, have you sent the Pamil bacon sandwiches, beer, and is there a plan?
A pea meal?
Yeah.
Did I say Camille?
Camille.
Yeah. Excuse me.
That's all right.
Can
He's
I
forgiven
offer
that.
you
They're going to be sent via rail. Via rail have agreed to sort of ship them down to Montreal on a train.
Really?
I think it's maybe even happening today because I'm taking some sort of photo today. But we gotta pay off. And I've asked for a Montreal flag to be sent down here so I can both raise it and then send it back because I don't keep one in my office. Needless to say.
All right. So you are a man of your word. So we are honoring the agreement. Yeah. So that's fantastic. All right. Well, better luck next year. Your fandom, though, Mayor Tory, I admire it. And we'll continue this discussion about the Leafs.
It's been a long time, Sin. A long time.
Yes, it has.
See you later.
Thank you so much. That wraps up this edition of Tory Time. Have a great day. Well, he roasted you good.
I had nothing to do with how that played out. I
know.
refuse to take any blame for this. I've sat there on radio shows for 3 and 2 hours, Devo, some of which you've heard and seen, and had to parse these losses. I wasn't going to do it again.
Yeah.
I have no appetite for it because I knew it was happening. And I'm just walking. I'm retired from talking 3 hours about why the Leafs can't get out of their own way. And that's where it all came from. My heart's been broken too many times.
Have you met J-Lo? She keeps looking for love again. Doesn't matter how many times your heart's been broken. You keep the hope eternal. You never know when it's going to come round.
Should Sid root for the Leafs? Throw it on the Twitter account.
Yeah.
At Breakfast TV.
2022.
We're a little heavy.
Yeah.
Like myself, we're a little heavy. Diva, go
some
ahead.
of our viewers are, they're Leafs fans for sure, but I feel like they get their heart broken each and every day when I don't call them after 8 o'clock, and they let me know about that. So today is the day that I make your heart full and your wallet a little more full as well, hopefully. $1,000 can be yours. I Wake Up with BT. Register at bttoronto.ca/contest or scan that code with the camera function on your phone and get right to the page. Get registered. After 8 o'clock, we'll call you. Within 4 rings, say, I Wake Up with BT. $1,000 yours just like that. Stephanie Henry, I say, good morning.
Good morning, D. I'm going to be waiting for you.
No. You have work to do?
You said you're going to make my heart fuller and my wallet fuller, so
I'll call you.
I'm going to be standing by on the phone waiting for you to call me.